And we're live. Oh, it's Mr. Still Your Girl. Oh, it's Mr. Still Your Girl. Oh, bottoms up. Hi, everyone. I don't know what's going on with my body tonight. I'm either super nervous, even though I do this every week, or I have gas. And I guess as the show goes on, we'll figure out which one it is. So great to see everyone. Greetings, niggas and non-niggas, motherfuckers and non-motherfuckers. This is Ask Amber. Tonight, we are going to shake things up. It's still going to be live, but if you got a chance to see my stories from earlier today, we're going to have a conversation about being, independent in a relationship, okay? And everything in between. So whether you're in a relationship or not, maybe you've been in a relationship in the past where somebody was super codependent, or maybe you were that person. Maybe you moved to a new state with your boo and now you ain't got no friends, so you got to be dependent. We're going to talk about it all, okay? But and I just want to remind people that this is we're going to do live commentary and have fun, but this ain't no Kevin the Cunt Samuels situation up in here, okay? We gonna be nice to each other, but we gonna carry on and be ratchet. Nobody's gonna get drags for nonsensical things. Y'all know how Kevin is. He's so messy. But we're gonna be messy with joy today. The first things first, at the top of the show, I typically do an impersonation of someone, and then you say who that someone is. And that impersonation is gonna ground us in the work that we're about to do tonight. So go ahead and get your drinks on, water. I've been forced into sobriety, so I'm sipping water. And stay tuned. Okay, so here we go. Here's my scene. This is a super easy one. I mean, if you're a movie watcher. So I'm gonna act out this scene. Here we go. It is not Maria's fault that she does not know that Mary had a lamb. And I say this to you, it is not Maria's fault, because maybe where Maria came from, Mary had a dog, or a little kitty cat, or a little bald-headed brother named Bart. It is not Maria's fault, and we're not going to hold that against her, are we? You sing whatever it is that is in you to sing. All right. Great job. See, I told y'all it was going to be an easy night. That is Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit, featuring Lauryn Hill. Also, the Fugees just got back together a couple weeks ago. Ben asked me, do you want to go see the Fugees? I was like, Ben, don't buy those tickets because something's going to go wrong with our good sis Lauryn Hill, and the tour's already been delayed. So I'm glad he saved his money. But I said that quote because I want us to think about that tonight. It is not Maria's fault, because maybe where Maria came from. I want you to keep that in mind as we have differences in opinions tonight, as we have a little discussion. Yes. That is no shade to anybody who's still going to see the Fugees. Good luck to you and yourn. But I want to be in bedtime before 4 a.m. So I will not be going to see the Fugees. All right, let's get the party started, okay? So I want to hear from you all, or if you call in with another problem, I'll still talk to you a little something. So tonight, here's the prompt. Tonight, Ben is at another concert, a more local artist, nothing big like the Fugees. He is at a concert right now with a friend of his who is a girl. I've known this woman our entire relationship. Her and Ben were friends before our relationship. She stood at our wedding. She is an amazing person. I've met her several times. She actually enjoys me more than Ben, if we're being honest. But he needed a night out, so he invited his friend. Now, I asked earlier on my live how people would feel about that. If that was your partner, if that was your husband, and he was going out to a concert with someone else, You might feel away. So call into the chat and let me know what you think. This is my first Ask Amber, and I'm in class watching. Now, we get our education here at Ask Amber, so I hope I'm not going to be too loud. Still get your lesson, okay? And tune in and out if you need to. All right, we got somebody calling on. There we go. I want to hear lots of different opinions tonight because, you know, we having a discussion. This ain't no Kevin Samuels. How my hair look? Messy as always. Great. Hello, Fred. Oh, well, she called and then she just declined. Okay. Do we have anyone else joining? Okay, I see some others. Come on in the room. Oh, yeah, yes. Let's see. Oh, maybe our lives aren't working tonight, y'all. Oh, uh-oh. Hello from the shadows. Friend. Are you there?
I'm trying to set it up.
You're trying to set it up. It is a little scary when you first do it because, you know, I used to have to just try it and test it out on burner accounts, but now Instagram actually has a function. If you ever want to go live, Instagram has a function now where you can test it out. You ain't got to make up no fake stuff. All right, what's your name, friend?
My name is Annalisa.
Annalisa. Oh, where are you from? I'm sorry. I know you're probably in the States, but
Trinidad.
Yay! Hello, greetings. I will not ask you about Nikki's cousin's testicles because I'm sure you're getting that a lot.
I have no idea.
I will not ask about that.
That does not concern me.
Oh, God. Okay, Annalisa, what is your take on tonight's discussion? I'm listening.
All right. Okay. A little nervous. I don't like to be on camera too much, but I watched your YouTube video, and it really impacted me. And I agree with everything it said. But I think you have to be in a really secure relationship in order to feel comfortable doing those sorts of things. Because a lot of the times I believe that when people get in relationships, they make it so much about the other person that they forget that it is better to have a life of your own and be able to enjoy other things and other people and then be able to come together as a couple as well.
Absolutely. However, I would love to hear your experience with that too. I'm listening.
Right. So on that same point, you spoke about Ben being out at a concert with someone tonight, right? I believe that, like I said before, as long as your relationship is secure, that is all well and good. But I also think that if, and this is based on some of my experience, if you may have had instances in the past when me and my husband was just dating, early on into the relationship, there was a time that he went out with a female friend, but he didn't say anything to me. And then someone who knew me saw him out with the person. So then that is how I did it. So, you know, when it starts in that kind of way, it would make you uncomfortable.
Did he tell you he was going out with a friend?
He did not.
Well, we're not gonna talk about him because you married him, so y'all worked it out. But, so what was your response when you found out that he went out with a friend without you?
I was mad, and it's not that he went without me. I just would have liked to have known so that when it came from someone else, I wasn't uncomfortable.
You're right about that.
Yeah, it was early on. We didn't know each other very well yet. So for somebody else to tell me, well, they saw you out in a restaurant with another female and they know that we are together, it starts things off on the wrong foot, sort of. You know?
Yeah, well, and it's such a, like, you know, I'm not trying to assume anything, but I'm from a small town, and so something like that would have happened, like for the people that I dated in that small town. It's like, now you know everybody on this block know each other. So why would you not tell me? So do you find yourself living in like a small town where it's like somebody was gonna see you out? We all know each other, or it's like bigger.
I wouldn't say, well, our country is small. Okay. So that is something that, you know, that would happen. But in that case, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. It was just a fresh new thing. You know, he lived about an hour away from me. So the person
Oh,
who was from that area, I was where I was, and you know, so it was a little off.
yeah. So how did y'all get past that? Cause you married him. Y'all still married?
Yeah, we only got we only got married this year actually. We were together for like 14 years, but long story.
Y'all been together 14 years? I
Yeah,
bet you begging
yeah.
him to go out with a friend now. Like, get the hell out of here. Somebody on my
Yes,
Instagram earlier today was like, "How dare Ben go out while you pregnant?" I'm like, "No, you don't get it. I
no,
need him out my
yes,
house.
yes.
I'll be pregnant when he get back."
Yes, sometimes you need that time to yourself. And as I have gotten older, what I do notice about myself is my circle is a lot smaller.
Mm-hmm.
So the time alone I value more than time with other people. I think COVID probably contributed to that as well.
Very bad.
Yeah, but when I get some time alone, I feel like it's so necessary.
So
So,
necessary. I
yeah.
love it. Well, I thank you. I want to hear from a lot of people tonight, but I really
Yeah,
appreciate you sharing that.
yeah. Thank you so much. I am the biggest fan. I have been so down lately and just seeing your TikTok. I feel like a little stalker every time I pop up on Instagram and I see that you put that out. I need Amber to make me laugh today. So I
Oh,
really
I got
appreciate
your back.
you.
I'm so sorry. Whatever you're going through, I will embarrass myself so that you can get through it. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And if I'm
Oh,
ever in Trinidad and Tobago, I'm gonna hit you up because I ain't gonna know where the hell to go.
yes, absolutely. You take care and continue to stay safe.
Thank you,
Blessings to
thank
you
you.
and Ben and little baby girl.
Yes, yes. I was
All
thinking that.
right.
All right, thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my gosh. I don't know how this algorithm works, but like, and you know, the internet can be such a shitty place sometimes, but the fact that I can connect with somebody in Trinidad and Tobago right now is like blowing my mind. So I love it. I love this so much. The internet is a magical place. It can be horrible, but sometimes it's a magical place. Okay, let's let some of the other friends in the room. If you're just joining us, the topic of discussion is independence in a relationship, and how would you feel if somebody went out? Hello!
Oh my goodness, I didn't even realize I was next.
You were next. I saw some people in the room, so I was like, go for it.
Oh
How
my
are
goodness.
you?
That's
What's
why
your name?
I answered with like this because I was just like, because I saw the notification. I was like, oh my God, I didn't get ready yet. But it's
Literally. Well, you are here. This is happening. What is
Well,
your
first of
name?
all, I want to say I love you. I really do. I love your TikToks. I love like just you in general. You are an amazing person.
Oh, thank you. Okay, now you got to talk to me. What is your name?
My name is Kayla.
Kayla, where are you right now?
I live in Jersey.
Jersey. Well, good to see you, Kayla. Okay, talk to me, Kayla. We're going to get to know each other.
Okay, well, I started following you on TikTok after one of your first plant singing videos. And I remember just dying, and I went through all your videos at that moment, and I followed you. I put all your notifications on, everything, because I was just like, okay,
Oh my
if
gosh.
anything goes wrong, I know I can just look at her account. So
Oh, thank you. You know, I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, I could have never imagined this happening because my friends begged me to get on TikTok for all of 2019. I want to, or 2020. When did the earth fall out the sky? 2020.
2020,
And I
yeah.
was like, y'all, I am 30 years old. Like, I don't dance, I don't cook, I don't clean. I don't really do anything that I see the girls doing, and I ain't got no
Yeah.
money to do black girl luxury right now.
Yes,
And they were
yes.
like, no, you got to do it. You got to do it. And so I'm so glad that I listened one time, just this once. But yes.
Yes.
So Kayla, how do you feel about the topic at hand? Tell me where you are. You don't have to tell me. I don't like to do this thing where I ask people like, well, are you married? So, okay, you can't. No, I don't care if you're single. Like, we all have different perspectives. So
Yeah.
go for it.
So, well, I'm 22. I'm still in college, and when I came on the side, when I saw the independence and relationship, it was funny because I just got out of a class when we're talking about relationships, and like how your culture and where you come from can be an impact on your relationship. And we did talk about codependency and independent, like, see, in a relationship. And I was in
well, learn me something. What they say in the class?
Basically, we were just talking about how, like, say, oh, nowadays, should a girl or a guy pay for the first date? And I was like, it all depends who asks who out. Like, if I asked you out, I'm going to pay for the date because I wanted to go on the date with you. And all the girls, like, a lot of the guys were just like, I want a girl to pay. It was very crazy. People in Jersey are kind of annoying. But about codependency in a relationship and like being independent is very, very, very important, because I was in a relationship where we were very dependent on each other. We spent all of our time together. It was crazy.
Like full days.
Yes. Like 3 days straight. And like it was
no shower. I've dated somebody like that where we were just laid up and it's just like, this is, it stinks in here. Yeah, my breath stinks. You look a mess. How did we get here?
And when we broke up, it was actually at the beginning of COVID. So I went through like my breakup practically alone, and I realized I was just like, I was so dependent on this person that I lost who I was. And I think that now, like, being an independent person and being in a relationship is so important, because you are your own person. You don't just become,
you are
like Kayla, and you're Kayla, but
you're
with.
And you know what? It's funny because we grow up thinking like, oh, well, I'm going to be somebody's better half, and I'm going to bring this and they're going to bring that, and we're going to be a yin yang, and he's going to be hot and I'm going to be cold, and woo wop the bam. And then when they leave or something goes wrong, you're like, wow, now I'm just walking around empty. And it's, and as you get older, you learn, you're like, no, I need to be a completely full person. They need to be a completely full person. And if we get together, it's going to be like, the cup runneth over.
Literally. And I think it has like a lot of things on like how you were brought up, like especially like family dynamic, your beliefs and culture.
So
like
how were you brought
cultures
up? So how were you brought up? Like, just give us a little 30-second.
I was adopted by a white family.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a traditional, strictly Catholic family, like no sex before marriage.
So are you Catholic now? Would you say you're Catholic? Got it.
No, because we went to church even on vacation every single Sunday. Like, it was horrible. And like when you're adopted, like you kind of get like thrown into things. Like, okay, boom, you're adopted. Okay, you're joining a family. Okay, like you have to join a new school and everything like that. So it was kind of crazy.
Do you remember getting adopted? Now I'm sorry. I'm sure you get this question all the time.
Yeah, I do, because I was 4 and my older sister was 5. We got adopted together. And I remember.
Oh, that's great that y'all like were still connected to each other. Yeah.
I remember going to the courthouse. I remember being pulled out of my kindergarten class and then going to the courthouse and getting the adoption official.
I'm gonna stop you right there, because I will. Y'all know I'm not afraid to cry on camera. That is so beautiful. Wow.
Yeah. But it's very much different now, because my parents had a certain expectation of how we grew up, and they don't like the fact that I'm not as religious. Like, but
I don't think any of our parents
do. My own way, you know, like if I find my own way and I find myself back to the church, I find myself back to the church. Like I feel you're just
I'm here for that.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, so I couldn't imagine, and I'm sure you're like unpacking and unlearning and doing a big discovery yourself and learning about how even maybe the process of being adopted will affect you in relationships and things like that. But that's why it matters to get everybody's perspective on this, because you know, the TV will tell us like, no, you can never allow that girl. And it's like, well, I kind of grew up in a different situation where my mom went on girls trips all the time. And, you know, so I grew up in a house where my mom was like, ooh, and why? And my dad would be like, okay. He wasn't like rolling over or nothing like that, but she was very independent when I grew up as a kid. So I'm going to be like her.
So
So
grown.
it's about how we grew up. I really appreciate this. Kayla, you call me back now. Okay. You follow me?
Yeah, I do. I follow
Okay.
you on TikTok too.
Oh, great. Okay. So DM me after this so we can connect. Okay.
Okay.
Because I definitely want to hear more of this story.
Oh my goodness.
I just see a whole bunch of people in my chat and I just want to give everybody equal
Of
time. But I really
course.
appreciate that.
Of course. Thank you so much for allowing me to talk to you. I really appreciate it.
Of course. We love it. Well, take care, Kayla. Tell your class I said hey or fuck
Of
off.
course.
Either one. I don't know how they were acting today.
Tell Ben I said hi.
I will. I hope he's not too drunk when he come back home. Bye, friend.
Bye.
Y'all are amazing people. If you're just joining us tonight, we're talking about independence or codependence in a relationship. I see a couple people in the chat, so let's get to the money. And by money, I mean just talking to y'all. There's no money involved. Oh my God, y'all know Instagram has a function where people can like pay you on live. And I was like, I'm not doing this. This is for fun things. I'll charge people for things later. Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. My hair looks like trash.
My hair looks like trash.
How are you? I'm sorry.
Don't adjust your hair. Here, I'll take mine off so we'll both look crazy. Okay, look at this.
But my name is
I
Nevaeh.
look like Rasputia. So go ahead. What's your name, friend?
It's Nevaeh. I'm from South Carolina. And going off of what Kayla said, I really, really love you. Like, I don't know what it is. I think you remind me of one of my cousins, so you're kind of like a comfort person. I really don't get to see my family that often.
Oh, I am your cousin. I'm your weird cousin though. So
But you're oh my gosh, my cousin, you're smarter than my cousins. My cousins, they don't have jobs. They have so much to the table, but like,
well, my job is kind of like playing pretend all day and occasionally booking voiceovers. So we're me and your cousins are probably more alike.
my cousins, they have the table, they just don't bring it. But I feel like you bring everything to the table, so thank you.
I thank you. So talk to us about your relationship experience or your jobless cousins. Drag them.
So tell me why. So I was babysitting one of my cousin's kids, and they're like, "Oh, you're lazy." And at the time, I was working 2 jobs, and I was like, "Who said I'm lazy?" And she's like, "My mama and Rashay."
They called you lazy and you were babysitting.
But yeah, that was like $2. $2. You tell me who said that to you? Oh, my mama and Rashay.
My mama and Rashay were having discourse about being lazy.
But anyways, I'm 19. I've never really been in a relationship before, but I think.
Oh, you're a baby. I'm sorry. People probably say that to you all the time, but you are a child. You have so many things that you're about to go through. So don't settle for nobody. Okay, go ahead.
I've never really been in a relationship per se, but I do think that independence in any relationship is crucial. So like me and my sister, we both live with our mom, and she's got a lot of issues. And
your mama?
Yeah. Like she's a Christian, and she's a good woman, and she definitely has like a covering over her life. But I think the only thing that makes her special is, God. And so my sister
drag her. What are some of the I don't want to drag all the Christians. So what are some of the things that some of the problems that you're seeing, I guess, with your mom and relationships and stuff like that?
It's not even with just my mom, with my dad too. They both, like, she's trying to grow. She's trying to grow as a Christian, but she still has those things from her childhood and her past that like are like affecting us now. And
okay, give me an example without putting all the business out there, because she's gonna be like, you and Rashay. I don't know Rashay, but Rashay is a name that like somebody's gonna get dragged into it. So what's an example of something your mama does? So just so I won't do that to my baby girl, it'll probably still happen.
Well, my mom, she has really bad daddy issues, and she's not married. She's been unmarried for like almost 20 years. Like, I'm 19 years old, and her dad used to like tear her down about her weight and stuff. And so now like that is kind of like that's her whole personality, like losing weight, keto, this, that, and the third. And
Oh,
I'm like,
you know, and it doesn't help. There's like a nine. Look at me, trying to. There is a $9 billion beauty industry
mhm,
every day that is going to also tell her you need to lose weight too. So that doesn't help because we all get that, right?
mhm. No, yeah.
Does she try to put y'all on diets too, or just because you know when I was growing up, I love you, Marsha. You probably in the chat. When I was growing up, whatever the fad diet was, my mom would sometimes do it, and then the whole house might have to be on Atkins for like 2 weeks, and then she'd be like, whatever, you
Yeah.
know. Or
Mhm,
did she
no,
just she just do it by herself?
well, she does it by herself. Like, after this, I'm about to go get Subway. Literally, like, she does. Well, I understand. Like, she has bone on bone in both knees, so it's like all her emotional problems. Plus, she's always in pain. So it's a lot. It's a lot. And so, like,
Oh,
going back, yeah, no. And so, like, going back to the topic at hand, my sister is kind of like at her wit's end. My sister is like 22 years old, and she wants to like start her own life, but my mom is kind of
like stay with me. I need you
yeah,
here. I need you emotionally.
yeah.
Ooh, that sucks. Can you still see
But
me? Sorry.
yeah, I could see you.
Um. Mm, do you think if your sister left, all of that would then fall on you? Right.
Yes, and like I'm barely stable myself. Like I
I'm
just
sorry,
got
I don't
paid
mean to
today.
laugh, but that level of honesty is what we need in the world. I'm barely stable myself needs to be on a t-shirt. Yeah, sometimes you know, sometimes I hate to say this, and I don't think your mom necessarily falls in this category, but sometimes we have kids because we're like, well, I need something to love me or whatever. Because I was in a bad place, you know, at the beginning of the pandemic, and
Hmm.
at that time I was like, Ben, like let's go ahead and have a baby now. Like I just got laid off from my job. Like my life is falling apart. I have no meaning. Like this would be a great time to have kids because then I'll have purpose in life. And he was like, that is not a good reason to have a baby.
Yeah,
you
no,
you don't have a baby to have purpose in life. You
yeah,
have a baby when you're like, I'm stable, I'm capable, I'm emotionally ready, and
hmm,
now is the time I can maybe bring another person into this equation. And I think sometimes if I would have if I would have not listened to Ben, I think that I would be having a completely different journey. We
hmm,
would have never met if I
yeah,
didn't listen to him, because if I
hmm,
had a baby I would have never had time to, like, you know,
yeah,
put into my creating. So
yeah,
maybe I don't want to diagnose your mom and or anything like that, but maybe that's a reason why she might have had kids years ago, because she's like,
hmm,
I'm missing this hole emotionally, and now
yeah,
if I have kids that hole will be filled. But that is ultimately not your fault.
yeah.
You know what
No,
I'm saying? It is not Maria's fault, right? So you have to lay those boundaries down with her in the way that
yeah,
Ben said, Amber, you're not having a baby. You
yeah,
are crying on the bathroom floor with margarita mix in your hand. You'll learn about
yeah,
that.
yeah,
You learn about how margarita mix can just send you spiraling. But so you might have to just say like, hey mom, here are things that cannot happen. Like
yeah.
you need to go to the church, and after church, go see a therapist. Like
Yeah, she's going now. Oh my goodness, my sister,
that's
she's like,
great.
go speak to someone.
That's great because it's like I cannot be your therapist. I'm 19. I'm barely
Yeah,
stable now, like you
yeah,
said.
yeah,
So I would just, I don't know, bless you with all of that information.
yeah.
And I thank you for sharing with me tonight.
Thank you for having me. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry I declined before. I'm like, oh, she
No, you're
actually
fine.
speak
I
to
don't
me.
even, girl, it's like 10 people in the chat right now, so I don't even remember, but I'm loving it. You're only 19. Tell your mama you're not stable. You trying to go do, I don't know, kid shit, thought shit. I don't know. I haven't been 19 in a long time. But yeah, you got this. Tell your
Thank
mama
you.
just like, relax. I gotta live my own life. I'm not here to just be your emotional support. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
How does that feel? Yes. All right. Well, I'm gonna see you. You keep contacting me and let me know how that talk goes, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, bye, friend.
Bye.
Oh, friends. Yay. I'm telling you, I've been there. I think we all know somebody who might have had a kid just because they were bored, or just because they're like, I need somebody to love on me and me to love on them. Because I was that person, or I would have been that person, but I'm not that person now, which is great. We love Ben. That's why we listen to Ben. Every 5 years or so, we listen to Ben. Okay, I see a couple people in the chat. There's some people in the chat. There's some people in the chat. Oh, somebody just declined me, but it doesn't matter because I've been declined all my life. Somebody just declined me. Hello, if you're just joining, we're talking about independence in a relationship. We're going to have a good time. We got a couple of callers in the chat. Somebody just declined me, but it's okay because I've been declined many times in my life. Okay, I let somebody else in, but you know, these freaking nails. Also, if you're not following Nails by Mary, she's the shit. Jenny's Nails in Chicago, folks. Jenny's Nails in Chicago. 2-drink minimum, folks. I'm kidding. Damn, what's going on with my nails? Oh, yeah, extra magical. Ooh,
Hi.
hello. Hi.
Hi. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How old are you?
I am 22.
Oh, I got some youngins in the house tonight. What is your name, friend?
My name is Luke.
Hi, Luke. Where are you, Luke? You got, oh, you was ready, baby. You got the lights on. You're not in the dark. You're not, the hair is fixed. It's fixed.
Well, I
So
actually
what
had a
can I
date
do you
today,
for?
which is going to be what I'm going to ask you about.
You said what? I was just talking over you.
Oh, sorry. I do that to people all the time. I just had a date today, and that's what I was going to talk to you about.
Ooh, dish.
Yeah. So that's why I kind of look nicer than I usually do. But,
Oh, well, Luke, now, you know, I don't know you. You could have just rolled with. You should have been like, this is how I look every day. This is how I
nah.
look every day. Okay, so talk to me about when's the last time paint the scene for me. Like, when's the last time you've been on a date? And then tell me how your date went. Hopefully they're not watching. And then tell me how you feel now.
It was my first date because I grew up in a town that was significantly smaller than yours. I promise you that.
Yeah, okay. Yep, I believe
Like 30 minutes to Walmart's, 45 minutes to Target.
Dang.
I graduated
where's
with
this town?
24 people. It's called Jetmore, Kansas.
Jetmore, Kansas.
Yep.
Okay. But
Yeah.
you're a survivor.
Yeah. So when I moved to the college town that I live in now, I came out. At least like here. I don't want everyone in my small town kind of knowing that yet.
Of course, of course.
Yeah. It's like Riverdale, but worse.
Woo! Well, congrats
Yeah.
on like coming out. That must have been really hard coming from a small town. So this is your first date?
Yeah. But I did something really stupid and I met the guy on Grindr.
That's okay. I've been on Tinder, which is, you know, just as messy. Okay, so you met him on Grindr, and then what did you do that was stupid?
Well, he had a lot of emotional baggage because he's kind of
Oh, you clocked it too. So you knew that when y'all were texting, or you learned that tonight on the date?
I learned that when we were texting. He got mad at me because I might have smoked something. And he got really upset.
You smoked before the date? That's okay.
No, just when we were talking, because he was, you know, those people that rush into everything?
Yeah.
That was him, like legitimately. He already asked me if I wanted kids like 2 weeks into us talking.
Oh. so that's when you said I gotta step outside to have a smoke. Dang.
Yeah.
All right. So when you clocked it and you still went on the date with him.
Mm-hmm. So when we started to talk, we got into this huge fight that night. He said he was thinking about killing himself or something along the lines of that. And because of like my experience,
audience, put your flags up. Put your red flags in the chat. No,
I always follow up. Like if I don't know like a family member I can call or one of your friends, I'll just call like the police where you live.
Right, but we're not doing this. Was this the first date?
No, this was before the first date. This was all this week, by the way.
Okay, so now Luke, let me gather you by your blonde tips. Okay, so he showed you that he was talking about kids too early. Then he talked about killing himself.
Sorry, I saw the red flags.
And you skipped your ass up there to the Applebee's anyway.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm trying to let him down gently.
Okay. So how'd the date go?
It was really awkward. We barely talked at
Mm-hmm.
all. We went to Wendy's and then just kind of drove around town.
Not a frosty. Did you at least get your frosty?
No.
Were the fries fresh?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Did you get what is it, the 4 for 4? I don't know. What did you have a good junior bacon cheeseburger or anything?
Yeah, I got a Baconator.
You got your baconator. Okay.
Yeah,
So
he's
so that's
really,
good. Did he pay?
yeah, he paid.
Okay, that's not. How old is this person that you were saying? This guy.
He's 21, so we're like around the same age.
Okay, that's good at least. But he's still. So the date was awkward, but you just came out, so you were excited. You were like, maybe I should just give this a chance. Like this is my first day out, right?
Yeah, and he's not like a lot of guys, especially like in LGBTQ plus land, all they want to do is hook up and then like date and stuff like that. But that's
Right.
not how I am.
For sure. And so you
So
were
he was
like,
the
he's
first one I
different.
didn't want to.
But he also wanted kids. So you don't want to swing to the other side of the spectrum either, where it's like, just hooking up to kids. So we got to find a little sweet spot. So what did you do? So when did y'all have your first date?
Today, actually.
This happened. You went to Wendy's earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
Got your baconator.
Yeah.
And then have you talked to him since?
Yeah, a little bit.
He doesn't follow you on Instagram or anything, does he?
No.
Okay.
I hope he doesn't.
But you cannot confirm.
I don't think he does. Well, he acts like we've been talking for like 2 months instead of like 3 weeks.
Ah.
He also
So did you
stood me up
after the
twice.
date? You said what? 2 weeks?
Yeah, he stood me up twice in a row.
Well, he's also a little like he felt a way about you smoking, and he wants to kill himself. He got a lot going on, so it might have been a bullet miss that you got stood up by him. So what are you gonna do now? Are you gonna ghost him, or are you gonna tell him like, hey, this can't work?
Well, I need your advice because like I don't know how to let someone down gently, I guess, or let him down easy.
Got it. So you called because you're like, this is horrible. I got to let this guy down.
Yeah.
You know what? It might just be best to like keep it short and sweet and succinct and say like, hey, I had a great baconator earlier today, but honestly, like this is not a match. Like you felt that.
Mhm.
let's not beat around the bush. Tonight was awkward. We weren't talking a lot, and I'm glad that we gave it a chance, but this is not a fit. So, because sometimes when you say like this is not a fit, it doesn't put blame on him or you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like sometimes people want to work with me, and I'm like, well, but I do, ratchet cussing and bullshit, and you do holy water. This is not a fit. And you're not wrong, and I'm not wrong, but it's not a fit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe just text them like, hey, thanks for hanging out. Enjoyed the fries, enjoyed the baconator, but ultimately for me, this is not a fit. And that's all you need to send. I don't think it needs to be any more or less than that, because if he starts spiraling, because some people spiral to keep people. They'll be like, well, if you don't text me back, I'm gonna kill myself. Well, who else? I thought we were starting life together. Well, why didn't you say that before I took you out? It's like all of those questions don't actually matter in the grand scheme of it.
Well, he's actually really heavy set, and he had some people be really, because there is like a gay thing where it's like no fats, no
Yep.
femmes, no Asians. That's still a
Yep.
thing kind of
Yep.
around here.
I'm sure
he got that all
I've
the
seen
time.
it, and I'm sure it is. And so that, right? And you're gonna be
Mhm.
like, this is language that he's gonna use to avoid the truth. And it's like, it's not that. I'm definitely down to go out with a fat guy. I like big guys. Obviously, I went on a date with you, but this is not a fit. And that doesn't mean it's because you're fat. It's because like you want to kill yourself off. Like I'm 22. I just came out. I'm trying to meet some people. I ain't got time to be taking care of you. So but you don't have to explain any of that to him. You can just say like, hey, thanks for hanging out. We tried it out, but this is not a fit. Just like leave it there.
Yeah.
Don't let him spiral. Or you can send that message and just block him.
Yeah, like when we got back from the date, he Snapchatted me because I haven't given him my phone number yet for obvious
Good for
reasons.
you. I'm glad you have it because it's not a fit.
Yeah, and he was like, so what did you think about me? It wasn't like, I
I
had a
thought it
great
wasn't a
time
fit.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
What did you say?
I just acted like I didn't see it because I was like, that's a lot right there, dude.
Right. I think you could say like, I think you're a really cool person, but as far as you and I, this is not a fit. Just go back to that rhetoric right there.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't place blame on anybody. I've definitely gone out on dates with people and they've been like, honestly, you talk too much. And when they really could have been like, you know what, like we tried it out, this isn't a fit. So you see the difference between like telling me what's wrong with me versus just saying like this is not a match. I think you should try that out and let me know how that goes, okay?
Okay.
I trust
Also,
you. You got this. I'm
thank
sorry,
you for
I got a couple
being.
more people in the chat. I love you. Text him right now, okay? Send me the screenshots or Snapchat and send me the screenshots. I got a line in the chat. But it's been a pleasure talking to you. This was fun. You got me wanting a Baconator right now. I
Tell
ain't even
Ben to
gonna
get
tell
you
you no
one.
tale. All right, well, we're gonna see you next time, okay, friend?
Okay, bye.
Tell him this isn't a fit.
Okay.
No. Friends, get your Baconators, get your fries, and be out. Okay? We don't do all that. I'm gonna kill myself. Not on the first date. No. I mean, of course we make space for people and things like that, but we not that close yet. You can't be dropping all this baggage on me. I was trying to fuck. Not Luke, me. I was trying to fuck. Hello.
Hello. Oh my God, my business partner is not going to believe this. I wish I could record this right now.
I'm sure you can't. Well, I'm gonna post it, so you have some receipts. What is
Oh
your
Lord.
name?
Oh, my name's Ashley.
Ashley. What's going on, Ashley?
Oh God, I'm so nervous. Okay. Whew. Let's calm down. Also, I'm at my daughter's gymnastics, so I'm going to be a quick one.
Oh, how sweet!
Yes, I don't like to go see her do those things. I just like I don't want to be that over aggressive parent. Just like, don't talk to my child like that. Don't do that. So I sit in the car.
I'm gonna support you from the parking lot. I love
Yes,
that.
yes. Okay, so I wanted to mention about the independence in a relationship. I am married, and I like to tell my story. Or I've been married for 8 years. Whoop whoop. And
Trying to get like you.
when
Yes.
I when I first got married, I took on the whole wife role. I did not pursue a lot of my dreams. I was like, I'm supporting my man. Woo! So I supported my man, and then I had my daughter. And then after I had my daughter, I really got lost. And my husband's a great man. And so he was like, you're not your normal self. Go out with your friends. So I tried that.
So he was
And
encouraging you too.
yeah. He was encouraging me to go out and things like that.
Great. But you were like,
So
no, I want to be wifey.
yes. And then you get comfortable and then you're like, okay, now I need to go back out. So all that to say, with the independent thing is that in order to be independent in a relationship, you have to have a partner that supports your independence. So it brings to this. I have a long distance marriage. I live in Texas where majority of my family is here. And my husband lives in Nashville where I'm originally was located. We met in college, so we kind of stayed there.
Can you give me some context about how far away those cities are?
Okay, so Dallas from Nashville is about a 10-hour drive and an hour and a
Okay.
half, 2-hour flight.
Oh, this is wonderful. So how often do you get to see your husband?
So we just entered our third year of this. I'm in a PhD program here, so that was the whole thing. I wanted
Oh, you
to,
busy.
yeah. So I wanted to pursue a PhD in Nashville, but they didn't have a working one, and I had a daughter, and so he, was very against it at first, but he's also, like I said, he's such a great man. He's like, I don't want you to resent me, but we'll make it work. I'll provide here. You go do what you need to do, and I'll support you and you have family, so we're going to make it work. So that's where that independence comes from in a relationship. I believe you have to have a partner who sees the value in your own independence and you being 100% you, as well as them becoming 100% them. Now, I ain't saying it's for everybody.
It's not for everybody, but it's for you. So
It's for
do you
me.
think, it's so funny because I feel like y'all have probably gotten stronger since that move has happened. Has that been your experience?
Yes, we had to step up our communication level like no other. When you're in the house, you can get your little communication squabbles in and things like that. But when you are far, you can really get lost in your day-to-day individuality, especially with me having a 6-year-old, me being a PhD program, me working full-time, and having a startup business. So, yeah, I got a lot of things going on. And then
So
trying to find my life.
how long do you think this setup is going to be in place?
Well, I'm scheduled, if everything gets approved for my dissertation, my proposal, all of that, I'm scheduled to graduate in December of 2022.
Okay,
So
awesome.
that's the schedule. And so it's till it's finished. And so he's really on the bus of, we're going to focus on this. I don't need you focused on everything else. But
Wow.
people who know me know that ain't how I operate. I'm a very logical and strategic person. So it's like, I need to know X, Y, and Z, 5-year plan. What are we doing type of attitude. And my husband, he's
Yeah,
a musician.
sometimes men ain't like that. They're like, we're gonna figure it
No.
out. I'm like, what you mean we got a kid on the way? What you mean we're gonna figure it out?
Right. We ain't got time. And so I guess I say all that to bring my question to, I don't know if you've ever experienced anything like that, having a long distance relationship to that effect. And then, you being married, so I look for your opinion on that factor because you understand how it's committed. Like, we in this forever. I tell you, it's a running joke in our marriage. I'm like, it's going to be me, you, and her, and she's going to get a third of this mortgage.
Very
That's how this
bad.
going to work. So, do you think that when it's time for us to find a location, that's going to be an issue? Like, if my
Um,
career grows here in Dallas and his career grows in Nashville.
I think that it will only be an issue if you do not take into consideration the sacrifices that he's made with your PhD. And you've been married longer than me with a kid already. So you years ahead of me, but so I will say I've never done long distance with anybody that I was really serious with, but there was a time in Ben and I's relationship where I took on all of the financial responsibility when he was in grad school. And then now that he's out of grad school, he's sort of taking on more finances. Like I have income, but my income is very inconsistent, right? So I might get paid $10,000 and then no check for like 3 months. And then I'll book something and it'll be 20,000 and then no check for 6 months. We're probably making the same amount, but I have very inconsistent income. So, but we have an understanding now that like I held you down while you were in grad school so that this is my situation now. So I think it would only be hard if your husband did all this sacrificing of living in different cities from you, being away from his daughter, and then you got kind of snappy with like, and we're also for me gonna live here. Like that would be like, God damn, we just supported your dream for the past 3 years, and now we gotta live where you want to live. So that would be my only word of advice.
Okay.
And your husband sounds like an incredible support system. I think it would be really hard for Ben to do this situation just with like the kid and everything. But we have talked about, well, Ben, I know a lot, like if a producer wants to see me in LA, like, what are we going to do? And he was like, if you need to go to LA for 2 or 3 months, rent out an Airbnb, I'll take care of the kid here. So we've had those conversations, but I just think as long as you're willing to give a little bit to him after he's done this whole thing, like you got it.
Yeah, because he's been supportive financially as well. I mean, I do hold my own independently. I am a professional.
Right.
That's why I'm getting a PhD. But at the end of the
But
day,
he's also committed to like, let me take on these loans and everything.
yes,
Like
he's
they take on
he's
a lot when you're
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
school.
Yes, it is. But I do value your opinion. I watch you every Thursday while my daughter does her gymnastics. So
Yay!
I wish you the best. When I also get paid, I got you on your
Oh,
startup. I do.
Take
For
your
real.
time. The
No,
Kickstarter
it's
is
a blessing.
literally serving as like the baby registry, because I ain't sharing my registry with nobody but like my family. But I appreciate so much. Everybody's been like giving to the Kickstarter to the point that I already put a camera on my credit card, because I'm like, I know this money is coming. I'm just gonna put it on my credit card and it's gonna be great. So I appreciate that, and thank you for calling in.
Yes, thank you. Have a great night.
Have a good one. Tell your baby girl she gonna be the next Simone Biles.
She wants to be Gabby Douglas, but
Yeah,
I will tell her.
or Gabby. Tell her she's Gabby. Take care.
Bye.
Y'all, let me tell you something. You got to make it work for you. I saw somebody say like, and we thought you were going to be on our side. No, if it's working out, let it be. Long distance marriage is a thing. All right, let's see who else in the chat tonight. Let's see. I think I probably got time for one more. Ooh, my lips dry. Bless y'all for staying with me. One of my agents was like, hi.
Hi.
Good
I'm Cherie.
evening.
I'm from Jersey. How are you?
Say your name one more time. I think I was talking.
Well, my first name is Cherie Moore, and everybody's called me Cherie. Yes.
Cherie Moore.
Yes.
I like that. So you're in Jersey?
Yes.
We had another Jersey in the house
I saw
tonight.
that earlier. We all got issues in Jersey. Nothing works.
Nothing works in Jersey.
We all have issues. Yep.
Oh, so well, with that set up.
So I'm going to
go
off
for
what
it.
you said with Ben being with a friend at a concert. I am 36. I have been best friends with the same guy for 25 plus years. It's been difficult because he started dating somebody new, and I backed off because she felt uncomfortable about how close we were. So sometimes you're the
girl at the concert now.
Yes. So as the friend, we need to learn to respect their boundaries for that couple. But me, on the other hand, I'm overly independent, that you can do whatever the hell you want. And that's how I ended up divorced. But and I'm actually okay with that, because when I got divorced, things got better. I mean, we had a child, but I was able to buy myself a house and create more independence for myself.
Not the come up.
But I was also, but I also was raised by a man. So my father raised me as a single father.
Oh.
So the ideal of having a man help me that's not my father was never a thing that I found attractive. If we're going to be a partnership, you have to let me be. I've always been independent. My daughter is 9 and she's self-sufficient and has been the majority of her life.
Absolutely. So thank you. This is great. So you have a best male friend.
Yeah.
Y'all been friends, you said 26 years?
Almost 26, 27 years, since middle school.
Wow. And so he started, hopefully he's not listening to this, but he started dating somebody, and then you kind of had to like not have your friendship anymore.
I mean, it doesn't help that we're like neighbors either, because we live 3 blocks away from each other. So not only do we grow up together, we decided to be neighbors.
So what did that conversation to you go like when he needed to sort of like back off from you?
They invited me to his house for dinner, and it's his home, but she stays there a lot. And so it was her attitude towards me. See, I'm feisty, but he's my friend, so I was respectful.
So what was the attitude? Did you go with your daughter as well? Or was
I mean, he knows her. That's like an uncle to her. But I've noticed,
she still acted like that. Wow.
I've noticed first of all, I'm older than she is. I've known him forever and a day. And I've noticed when a lot of women, because I tend to, generally just growing up, I have brothers and they have friends. And I've seen how women reacted to just, even me as their friend, there's just this weird insecurity. My male friends, when they're around me, they just become who they are. And there's no pretending to be anything else. So they're way too comfortable at times, and I feel like that's when I had to put that boundary up, is listen, when I'm around you guys, be more respectful towards her. I don't need her to think it's me, that you become who she doesn't know who you are quite yet.
And so so how long have they been together?
Just not even a full year yet, but she kind of, and I spoke to him because he came to bring me coffee the other day, and I was like, you don't think she's moving in, but she'll be fully moved in without even you knowing she moved in.
Yeah, so you're kind of not a fan. Is she peeping that you're kind of not a fan of hers?
And that's not that I'm not a fan. I just feel like you came into this relationship and now you're changing this entire person. I guess you want him to be healthier, but like, he's a steak eater and you want him to become a vegan. And I don't like that. I don't like when people get into relationships and change somebody completely.
Yeah.
We
It,
get
it
into
might.
we get into our late 30s, close to 40s. Most of us are who we are already.
And it also just depends on the guy. Like Ben has a lot of girlfriends, and Ben grew up. I mean, Ben has 3 sisters
Yes,
and a
and I have
mom, so
I have
he
two
just
brothers.
like Ben literally just gets along with women. Like he just was like his mom homeschooled him, so he's like, I be with a woman every day.
Makes sense.
So early in the relationship, I was like, you got lots of girlfriends and they're all cool and I get along with them.
Yeah,
So
I
what's
don't.
the
I
problem?
want to be friends with her. You're gonna be a part of somebody that I've been friends with for so long. I think we need to be friends. And I'm always
Yeah.
we're neighbors. And then when he walks the dog, he literally stops in front of my house because we are practically neighbors. My daughter
Right.
wants
But
to
she
go to your
feels
house,
away.
but I need to. Yeah, but I also feel like people take it the wrong way because he's so comfortable expressing himself. There's
Yeah.
never been anything between us. I've known him since like middle school.
And
Honey,
then
when I look
that's
at him,
like,
he's still that little
and
boy
that's all
sometimes.
her history, not his. And I really like it's
But I've
hard
noticed
because
even the other friends are not around as much.
you said
Because
what?
sometimes, like some of the other group of friends that we're friends with, I've noticed they've kind of stayed away too. Again, it's like she's there consistently, and we're okay with that. But sometimes we just want like a friendship thing because we all have this really weird connection. Again, we're talking about
Yes.
25 years of friendships here.
I was saying that the other day about one time I was texting a friend and I was like, oh, let's meet for lunch. Like we had known each other for about 6 or 7 years. We hadn't seen
Yeah.
each other in a while. And he brought his boyfriend. And I was like, this happened like 2 or 3 years ago. And I was like, you and this guy just started dating like a month ago. Like now we can't talk shit about everybody we was gonna catch up and talk shit about because
Hello.
this third person is needs to be caught up, or it's like, or I'm with Ben. If it was a four top, why didn't you? It's just
Yeah.
it ruins the thing, and he is kind of losing himself in this relationship. It sounds to me like if he can't hang out with y'all without her being there,
It's
I'm sorry,
awkward.
he's sort of losing it. So you might just have to wait it out. You might just have to be like, just stay over there with her
Listen,
until y'all break up.
I tell him, if you think you love her, love her. I'm here. Knock on my door for anything. I mean, the simple things is like our friendship is like I needed leaf bags. The leaves are falling. I didn't feel like going to Lowe's, so he came to bring me a rake and a bag.
You're like, hey
So
neighbor,
things like that is
right?
our
Hey
friendship.
friend, dang.
So I don't know how that feels to most women because for me, I'm just like I don't give a shit. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Just don't
Oh,
fool
I would have
somebody.
so been to go down there. If it was his girlfriend, I would be like, go down there and get them damn break bags. Like but it just depends. It just depends on the girl. So I would just leave them two alone until they figure themselves out because it's like you don't like I'm sorry, but when my good friends have put their new relationship before our year-long friendship, it's kind of like you don't get both. Like if you want your relationship to be your morning and evening star, y'all go do that, but you don't get that and me and this and that.
It's a
Like
lot. It's a lot of work.
so maybe he needs to feel the choice that he's making a little bit.
And I'm not pushy. So like if that's where he chooses to be, then I'm happy for him. I tell everybody, I leave me the hell alone. Don't knock on my door. Don't say nothing to me. Don't call me. I love to be left alone. Actually, I like to be alone a little too much at times.
Right. And you're like, and I got a whole damn 9-year-old to take care of. Ain't nobody looking
And
for
a
you.
puppy on top of that. Because she's like,
And
I need
a
a puppy.
pup. And a pup. I hate that. But I say honestly, like, let your friend figure out that relationship is gonna fizzle out soon for sure.
It's just two different people can connect, but the polar opposite of just personality.
Yes.
You guys complement each other. I don't know. I wish them both the best, honestly. But I mean, I am the friend. So.
Leave it be, or maybe he's just as bad at being independent too. So he's gonna have to unpack that. But I thank you for calling in, and don't let that girl bother you because she probably gonna be gone soon. Sorry, it is
Probably.
what it is. All right, well, tell your little one I said hello, and the dog too.
I will. As a matter of fact, if you ever need babysitting, I'm going to be in Chicago visiting a friend. I offer babysitting lessons with my child.
You know what? I might take you up on that. There's going to be about a 9 to 10 year age difference, but DM me
out the womb.
But DM me because I will hit you up.
That's right. All right.
Thank
Have
you
a
so
good night.
much.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care. All right, y'all. Well, we had a titillating discussion tonight, and I thank y'all so much for tuning into the show. We're going to have a fun conversation next week. You can find all of this dialogue and discourse, if you will. It's going to be on YouTube, okay? So I'm going to see y'all next week on Thursday at 8/7 Central. Thank you so much for tuning in to Ask Amber. Now I got to let these armpits breathe. Bye, y'all.